It is the Riot Podcast. Good Wednesday, October 19th. It's a very good Wednesday because we are about to do an after show where we try a bunch of Van Leeuwen ice creams and Little Debbie ice cream. And so if you'd like to watch that, hop on over to the RadioU Riot Facebook page or YouTube channel. You'll be able to see it there by the time you're hearing this.
It is one of those days where you hope no one asks what you do for a living. Because you don't want to explain. You're like, well, I had a big project at work today. They're like, oh my gosh, what was your project? Did you know Van Leeuwen has new fall ice cream flavors?
It was such a busy day. I was so set behind.
Them.
Do you guys, do you ever feel like when people ask you, what do you do? And like if you told them today, yeah, I tried a bunch of ice creams for a video. Do you think they're just like, that's not a real job? Like that's what they want to say.
I think
like you don't actually do that for work.
If we tell them we're a DJ, they also don't think that's a real job.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess in some ways it really isn't.
We love to tell people about, RadioU and listening, but like if you're meeting someone one-to-one, sometimes it's awkward because then that's all they bring up.
Yeah.
Or they feel like they have to listen to you, and then every time you see them again, they have to like reference something that you've done.
Yeah.
When really you're just like, hey, this is it. Just leave it as it is. You don't have to listen if you don't want to.
What I think is funny is I'll have people who will like I'll tell them like what I do or whatever, and then they'll like tune in the next day, and then they'll text me and be like, oh, like you sounded so good there. And then I'd be like, it'd be so weird if I was like, oh my gosh, you did such a great job with your finance job. You're so good at it. Like isn't that weird?
Yes.
Like obviously if I go to work and this is my job, you'd think I'd be good at it. I wouldn't if you do business, I wouldn't text you and be like, oh my gosh, you totally killed that sale today.
Right.
That was so great. Like that's just what you do.
So that you feel like you're putting pressure on them to give you that feedback when you don't need it or you don't have to.
The flip side is when you have people that do text in after they find out you're on the radio and they tell you did a good job. Then if you have somebody and you tell them that you're on the radio and they don't text in and tell you, then you're like, well, I guess they must not have liked it.
No.
They must not, or they don't like me enough to listen. I don't know which one.
It's pressure, guys.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is. It definitely is.
So today on the show, speaking of pressure, we talked about a man who survived a bear attack.
Yeah, did you watch the video?
Did not.
You need to watch it now.
Is it impressive?
Click on it. Yeah, you need to watch it.
It's wild. I don't know if it's impressive. Do you find either person like the bear or the man impressive?
Honestly, it's kind of impressive because that type of bear doesn't normally attack like that.
The black bear?
Yeah, I mean, don't if you're in the woods and something's like, Nikki said you shouldn't attack me. It's not quite like that, but you don't see him be that aggressive.
Yeah.
Like they'll just stop after a while.
Pretty much unprovoked.
But this, and on the side of the mountain, so if you guys have not seen the video we're about ready to talk about, text us and we'll send you the link.
I think the most impressive part might be the guy hiking.
He's holding on.
That he's hiking.
Yeah.
Like that is, because it's not just like regular, it's not a trail. He's out there on like rocks, cliffs, and he's just walking.
Yet?
No, it won't load. It won't load. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure it was very impressive.
I'm trying to keep looking over like, I don't see any, haven't seen it yet.
It's not popping up in his eyes. It looks like I don't even think he's clicked on it.
All right, well, when we're done with this, I'll send you the link. That'll work.
All right, we also talked about some Halloween costumes. One of them being actually a flurry of them being the new Funko Pop Halloween costumes.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like any of us are necessarily sold on that, but if you'd like to text in, we did get a few people texting in, and we're going to talk about it on the show tomorrow, of Halloween costume suggestions for the three of us, because we're running out of time here.
We're going to talk more about it tomorrow.
Jeez, we have like a week. And so when I think about like Halloween costumes, if you want a good Halloween costume, you either have to like pick something that like you would look good in, but that you would look, for me, like very attractive in, or number two, funny, or number three, you'd have to do like a movie character that you kind of resemble so that you can pull it off and it looks believable,
I just want a costume and a bag, just whatever.
All right.
Don't make a face.
Well, what's wrong? Yeah, as long as
costume and a bag.
If Nikki dresses up,
you're lucky.
She dressed up last year.
I didn't want to dress up last year.
She didn't wear cat ears, I remember.
No, what?
That's what you wore.
I did not wear
Yes,
cat
you
ears.
did.
Don't you think I would know?
Yeah, I watched you walk into the studio.
No.
Yes, you did.
None of that happened.
That is true.
None of that happened.
Sounds
true.
familiar.
No,
That
it
sounds
doesn't.
familiar.
You're crazy.
I'm pretty
that's
sure.
what I'm
Actually,
pretty sure.
it is radio. Unless you're watching this video podcast, we could just tell you guys what happened.
We dressed up.
That's
I'm
right.
dressed up today.
You would have no idea.
Yeah, well, actually, that's something to consider too. All right. Well, you guys want to do some ice cream here?
Yeah, we're
That
gonna
sounds grand.
All right.
Go do that. So when you're done with this podcast, head over, depending on where you're listening or watching, just head over to our Riot Food Fight after show with the Van Leeuwen ice cream flavors.
And we'll check you out on down the line.
Yes, we will.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Surely yesterday, or maybe even prior to that, Nikki, you saw the video of the mountain climber in Japan getting attacked by a bear out of nowhere.
I saw it on TikTok, but it didn't tell me it was in Japan.
Yeah.
But I saw it's just this crazy video of this guy, this bear's coming after him, but they're on the side of like a mountain.
Yeah, he's doing some intense climbing. If you get to see kind of a more full version, I guess he's wearing a GoPro or whatever, and he's doing some pretty like intense free mountain climbing type thing, right? I don't think he has a harness or anything like that.
No, he's just
it's
climbing.
Just like really extreme hiking. It's on the side of Mount Futago in Japan, I think. And so he's just doing his climbing, whatever. And all of a sudden, kind of from behind, a bear just leaps at him. It's a black bear. It's not, you think it's particularly big? Like, it's not the biggest bear you've ever seen.
It's not, but like it would it'd do some damage.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah,
You would think it would do some damage, except that this guy is able to, like, it's almost like the bear jumps over him, kind of. And then so now he's got the high ground and the bear is coming at him. And so he just keeps screaming at the bear and using his one leg to like kick at the bear's face.
Aww.
And then you hear the bear kind of grunting and whatever, making bear noises, doing that thing kind of like your dog would do if it saw something that, like a squirrel on the fence, and it would run back and forth, but it knows it can't get to it. And that's kind of what the bear does. And eventually, I guess he does get the bear to go away. So the hiker unharmed, but it's a wild video.
Well, at first I was like, wow, you thought maybe something's wrong with the bear. Like maybe it was sick or something.
Sure.
Because sometimes certain bears, believe it or not, they're more scared of you.
Yeah.
And so they tend to back off. But this bear just kept coming back and back. And then they think, well, maybe it was a mommy bear and baby bears were nearby.
Yeah, that's usually what you assume, right?
That's probably why it wasn't stopping.
When it was completely, seemingly unprovoked. But I got to tell you, if you're the bear, how do you show your face in the bear community once this video gets out?
Oh, because the guy really did a number on the bear?
Yeah, I mean, he did. He kicked the bear away, but in another way, he wasn't really that vicious to, like, the hiker wasn't really, like, he fought back and he did what he had, but it's not like I think the bear, like a lot of bears, if they were really motivated and tough, they could have done a number on this guy. And
well,
this
thankfully
bear,
they didn't.
Yeah, this bear's just grunting and moaning instead of actually getting some action going.
Have you seen the side of this, mountain? Does this count as a mountain? It's steep. It's like I'm amazed that they both could hold on.
In that terrain, the bear should have the advantage, I would think. That's its home. It's got knowledge. It's got home field advantage.
I used to watch a YouTuber in Japan, and they lived in an area where there were tons of bears.
Okay.
And I was just like, whoa, I forgot. There's tons of bears there.
Yeah.
And they would always have to carry stuff around to protect them.
Bear spray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think now that this video's out, this bear's probably, hiding its face as it walks around town.
Shame.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys both put up a good fight. All right. Guy on the side of the hill, you did great.
Yeah.
Bear, that was impressive. You snuck up on him.
You probably want to have a few more seconds to think, bear, next time before you attack somebody, because this one did not go well for you.
And again, thanks to everybody who always sends me the bear videos. It's so sweet. Anytime there's a new viral trending bear video, you guys are on it.
I always know Nikki's going to catch these because of you.
You guys send them my way, and I appreciate it.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Now, Halloween is coming up. It's coming up quick. This is October 19th, okay?
I know. Where's October going?
It's flying by. We've got less than 2 weeks to work on Halloween costumes. Have you guys decided yet? Have you affirmed? What do you mean if?
For your costume?
What do you mean? No, we are dressing up. I'm asking, have you decided what you are dressing up as?
I don't want to dress up. Don't make me.
You have to dress up.
No.
Halloween is on a weekday, which means we're dressing up for the show.
I'll just come in and judge your
on
two
a Monday.
costumes.
It's a Monday. Make a Monday so much better.
You're really going to be the one out of the three of us that's not dressed up?
Okay, all teasing aside, are we? Because I'm not going to do this joke if you're just saying
No, we're going to dress up. Because I'm already going to have a costume because last time we didn't have, Halloween hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have our costumes together. This time, Halloween will have already happened, but the weekend before we'll have all celebrated. So on Monday, when we roll up, I'll have my costume ready.
Right, we'll already have been dressed up.
I don't want to be tricked.
We are going to dress up for Halloween for the show.
I don't think you are.
Yes, we are.
Well, then what are you going to dress up as?
All right. Well, here's what I have as a low effort option. I didn't know this is a new thing. Did you know you can get Funko Pop Halloween masks?
Oh.
And so you just put on the Funko Pop mask, and I don't think you need the outfit. I think, because, if you look at the Funko Pops, the bodies are tiny. You can't even tell. Most of them are just it's just a regular color body,
Yeah.
So you can wear anything below the neck as long as you have the Funko Pop mask on. And so I'm looking at these. You can be like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, Pennywise, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. You can be the Joker, Batman.
See Wonder Woman.
Jack Skellington. Now I'm seeing there's one that I do. It is questionable. It is 11 from Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. And it is barely, you might know that it's 11 if you saw somebody wearing this around, but really it just looks like a Funko head.
Sure.
There's nothing. It has a little drip of blood, and that's about it that defines it as 11.
Well, we can't do that, though, during the show. We can't wear the Funko Pop mask.
I think that'd be amazing.
How are we going to get our headphones over stuff?
You're right.
You wear the headphones underneath.
Yeah.
I feel like it might cut into my voice, having to go through the mask.
Sure.
It wouldn't work as well.
So you don't want to do it?
No, this isn't my style.
We could accomplish this. These are $30
each
for
the masks?
Yeah, that's not very bad, is it?
That's not the worst.
It's not terrible.
For a branded costume?
See, but none of these are really popping out to me. It's a really good option.
Out.
None of them are popping out.
Yeah.
Funko popping.
Well, I did see, I'm on Cookie TikTok, and I did see that, Crumble Cookie has a little cookie that you can wear. They have a Halloween costume.
Okay.
Is that so?
Maybe I'll be a cookie and you guys can be something else.
I'll be a glass of milk.
Yeah, you can do that. That's totally great.
Dang. Then what am I going to be?
Well, you got to figure it out.
How can I fit
You got to be
into
your own
this?
thing.
Are we doing theme? Do all three of us have to need a theme together?
I think that's a lot to ask of us, don't you think?
That's
to
a lot of
coordinate
planning.
on that. Isaiah, we were talking about your Halloween costume idea yesterday.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
So I have a couple different things that I was thinking of. I might go as some of the Mario characters.
Yeah.
With some of my friends because a couple of us all can grow facial hair. So we were thinking Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, Wario. Since we can all grow mustaches,
I still have a Luigi coat with the
Is that
the
so?
hat. I've done that a few years.
There you go.
I
Yeah.
can be Luigi.
So that's an option for me. I also was thinking possibly from The Office, I might go as Date Night Mike.
Oh, yeah. I think that one, if you have to explain your costume to people,
See, I don't think you have to explain it, though.
I don't think that is that iconic of if you went as Prison Mike, that could be
more, yeah.
More people would recognize, oh, you're Prison Mike. I don't think
Yeah,
Date
but
Night Mike is as
everybody goes as Prison Mike, so I'm not trying to do the same thing as everybody else.
That is overdone.
I might as well go
This
as
is
a
where
skeleton.
we decide to go different.
Yes, exactly.
This is it.
I was just thinking yesterday, he was telling me about the Mario characters. And I thought if you go out with your friends for Halloween stuff on the weekend and you're Luigi or Waluigi or whatever, that's fine because you're in a group. But if he came into the show on Monday and he's Waluigi and none of us are Mario characters,
doesn't make
how
sense.
wild would that be? That'd just be so out of the blue. So I kind of hope you do actually wind up doing that.
So what's your idea?
I still haven't decided, but I'm going to do something.
Okay.
I just haven't picked it out yet. You
I don't
guys
have
want to
much
make any
faith.
suggestions? You
I
want to
have
make some
low faith.
suggestions?
Well,
what
why
is
don't you
something I
guys-
could pull off that I already look like?
But
And
you already dressed like a football player.
I know, so that wouldn't be any
Maybe
fun.
go.
jerseys.
Let's go. Maybe a homeless man. I think you could pull that off.
Dang.
Wow. Ouch.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm just joking. I think you could go as maybe like a Leonardo DiCaprio type.
Oh, now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Ooh, how about Brad Pitt?
There you go, Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do. Everybody comps him to you.
Yeah, that's right.
We walk around, they're like, "Oh my gosh, is that Brad Pitt?" No, it's Hudson.
You know who I did used to get? I have two from when I was younger, and now I don't think they apply as much. Justin Timberlake,
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah.
Shia LaBeouf, I could see that more.
can
Justin
see that.
Timberlake, I don't see that
When
at all.
when my hair used to be super short, I looked like Justin Timberlake a lot more.
Grace texted in, said someone could be a hunter, someone could be a deer. You know, if you want to do like, is that a couple's costume?
We need a trio.
That's a good one.
It's a good trio.
Oh, I could be the tree stand.
There it is.
That sounds like the most effort out of all the costumes.
I don't know.
Is finding a tree outfit.
Well, maybe let's pin this to talk about more tomorrow if we're serious about needing some better suggestions.
Okay, well, I had the Funko idea. I thought that was pretty simple, but
Trash idea.
nobody likes it. Well, for other people, though, those are out there. $30.
You are so
They
uplifting.
look good.
Just
I
like
like them, but they
trash.
just aren't. If they were better, if they had better options, the options aren't great. I have Funko Pops. I like Funko Pops. These options
That
aren't
was
it.
my other thing. I don't even like Funko Pops.
Oh,
so
really? I
that's
like
why
'em.
I wouldn't do this, but I thought other people might be into
I
it.
think it'd be very hard to find something that we all like.
True.
That's a great point.
So it'd be hard. Just go as Aaron Rodgers.
There you go.
I always look like that, though.
I know. So there you go. Your costume's done.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
So check this out, guys. Any of you UFC fans, you ever tune in
to watch?
mixed martial arts?
I do like it. I mean,
Yeah?
I prefer it more than like boxing and stuff.
Name 3 mixed martial artists.
Me. On the side.
And you know what, Isaiah? You're the only one that matters.
Exactly.
So I don't need to
I'm her
name any
favorite
other
one.
ones. I just like to watch it. I don't follow it that much.
Yeah, I only tune in really for one reason and one reason only, and that's when Conor McGregor fights. And I don't think I'm alone in that, where I'm a very casual, like I can name a few fighters, but I don't really like check in on it unless it's McGregor, and then it's appointment viewing to watch him probably lose because he always does. But what if there's another way you could get into like UFC that wasn't mixed martial arts? And I don't mean like you guys getting in and fighting. I mean
watching?
Yeah. What if? Tell me what you think of this. The UFC and Dana White, the commissioner of the UFC, has announced that they are going to start a new slap fighting league.
Have you not watched slap
I've
fighting?
seen slap fighting.
It's intense.
Slap fighting is wild. And if you could make a career out of that and to make that like a pay-per-view event, I don't know, that's pretty interesting, wouldn't you say?
I'd say it's an interesting thought, but I don't think it's viable.
You don't think so?
I don't think it'd
Why
do
would
it.
you say that?
Because I think the slap fighting is cool, right? But I don't think you would get very many viewers if it was on TV.
You don't think it's an entertaining product?
I don't
Well,
think
a
it's
little
entertaining enough.
slower,
It's really
too.
slow, yeah.
Because it's like, all right, here's one.
One slap.
Everybody gets upset. And then,
Yeah.
you're like, and now it's your turn.
It seems, although I've never sat down and watched it other than like brief YouTube clips, it seems like it get very repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over.
Now,
Yeah.
if they did slap fighting, as in like you could do it like in a ring and you could just slap each other,
Yeah.
like if you
Yeah.
got to each other first, you just start slapping.
What if this is what it is?
So no
'Cause
punching?
We're picturing slap fighting like I don't know,
traditional way.
Yeah, could you consider it like Russian or whatever, where it's two guys at a table and they just take turns slapping each other? But what if it is?
Usually I feel like it's at a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it starts. What if they're in the UFC ring, the octagon?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're like in the outfits, just the underwear, and they're dancing around and whatever. But there's no kicking. There's no like grappling. It's just the only thing you can do is dance around in there and slap the other guy.
Yeah.
How entertaining would that be?
It's not entertaining.
That
though.
sounds amazing,
Wouldn't-
actually.
No, listen. Why would somebody rather watch slapping than just punching?
Then a
Because-
full fight.
Yeah, than a full-on fight. You're obviously going to pick punching every time, because if they were,
But
let's say
why?
that boxing wasn't a thing, right? And we had slap fighting, they'd be like, what if you could like actually punch him in the face? Everybody would want to tune into that. So nobody's going to want to do the step down to slapping. Nobody watches boxing as is. They're not going to be like, wait, as much fun as punching is, what about slapping?
Now,
I don't know,
think
but-
that would be very cool if it was a UFC fight night and it was a part of different fights.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like they
yeah.
had, all right, here's a MMA fighter here, or here's a slap fighting here, or here's some other sort of fighting we've never even watched before.
Oh, okay. Next question then.
Yeah.
how do you think you would fare in a slap fighting league?
Oh, they'd be crying.
Good question.
I'd start
Who would
crying,
cry?
like, why
The
did
person
you
you
do that?
slapped?
No, me.
You couldn't bring yourself to slap anybody?
I could slap.
I think I would excel. That's probably the best kind of fighting I could do.
But
Is slap fighting.
have you ever slapped someone? Like it can hurt your hand too. Like
You kind
then
of
you're
have weaker
injured.
I can
hands,
deal with
Hudson.
it.
Yeah.
I can deal with
Your
it.
hands. He has kind
Oh
of
yeah,
soft
you do have to have
hands.
big glove size hands.
I have
don't
small
you?
hands, so that would be not good for me.
Whose hand is bigger?
Probably yours, if I had to guess. I have pretty
Really?
small hands. Oh my gosh, look at your little baby hands.
You wouldn't
Tiny.
stand a chance
Look
against
at
me,
your little
would you?
baby
Tiny
hands.
You wouldn't
bit.
stand a chance.
Why?
You kind of have
measure
stubby
my
fingers. No, Nikki has bigger hands than both of
I
us.
hope not. I don't want it.
I have small hands, but a jaw of steel. You can never knock me out, but I'd never knock you out either.
But it's really about cheek strength.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
How much strength you got, resilience you have in the cheeks.
Well,
and
if
my
you're-
cheeks have been through some punishment.
If
so.
you're a UFC fan, you might get that slap fighting league.
Yeah, that is.
you're
it's a
interested.
new option there. The UFC, you know what? They're all about making money, so they feel like they can make money off of it. More power to them.
So did you mention how they had to convince the Nevada State Athletic Commission to regulate it so that in Nevada, where a lot of the fighting stuff happens, actually it's just where the gambling on the fighting stuff happens, then you can gamble on it.
That is, that's pretty wild to think that it's never even been a consideration before.
Now
Right?
they have regulated the sport.
And they say that they are targeting a major network to carry it. Wow. Now, see, somebody's going to watch it. Somebody is going to watch it. Maybe it'll be us.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
Okay, I have some news here from the Guinness Book of World Records. They've made an official declaration. Is it a declaration or a proclamation?
I think
Proclamation.
You think it's
Both
more of a
works.
proclamation? They are proclaiming that they have decided what the worst day of the week is.
yeah.
According to the day of the week that sets the world record for worst day of the week, they say Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Guinness World Records. You don't have anything else going on? You have to do this?
I guess
This
so.
is your
This is
record.
how they're trying to get some eyeballs, get some attention. But this is something that we've discussed on the show. They are wrong, and I'm going to make the case why. Think about Monday.
Should I bring in Guinness or do you want to hang on?
Yeah, who wants to play the role of Guinness?
Guinness, you're the record leader questioner person.
Does anybody want to side with Guinness and say that Monday is the worst?
Isaiah, what do you
Take
think?
that stance.
I mean Tuesday. I think
Tuesday?
Tuesday's the worst.
That's the
yeah.
case I was going to make as well.
We've talked about this before on the show. I think Tuesday's always been the worst day.
Tuesday is the worst because Monday you're coming off the weekend, and yeah, you've got a whole entire work week ahead of you. But hopefully you had a lot of fun on the weekend, or you rested and got refreshed, so you're coming in Monday like clear-eyed and energized and ready to go. Monday has its foibles, but then you look at Tuesday. You have one work day behind you where you already had to wake up for work and go through all of that stress and whatever. And then you got to turn right around the next day and do it again. And you've still got the next 3 days to look ahead before you even get to anything fun whatsoever. It's so much worse than Monday.
Yeah, because Monday you just have, the leftover fun. You're
That's
back to
right.
seeing people. You're having fun out, but Tuesday has nothing.
Yeah. What is there? What is the positive
Unless you
of
think
Tuesday?
Wednesday is worse.
No,
Wednesday's the weekend for
But
me.
see, we like Wednesday more because we have a bit more fun stuff to do.
Yeah.
But if we didn't have any of that, Wednesday could just be just as bad.
I don't mind Wednesday because Wednesday is closer to the weekend than Tuesday. Closer to the next weekend.
Yeah.
Closer to the next fun thing. And clearly Thursday's out because although it
Thursday is the weekend.
Yeah, and there's
not officially.
It is for me.
there's Thursday night football and
Wednesday is my Thursday.
Monday is Monday night football, so that's also a positive generally. Like it's not like it's always good, but at least it's an option. Tuesday and Wednesday, there's never any football. So that is that's a one more mark against particularly Tuesday. It's the worst day of the week.
Well, why don't we
Guinness
just
World
say
Records got it all wrong.
Every day but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the worst days.
Yeah, you got to fill in your evenings with
tie.
something fun to look forward to on Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
So if you don't have something fun to look forward to, it's not going to be a fun day.
So today's your last little day. You have to, fill something in.
Fill it in.
And tomorrow will be better.
Yeah. Oh, another good reason for Monday not being the worst day of the week. Monday has a couple of built-in holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Memorial Day, Labor Day. What's the other one?
Christmas. October.
Canadian Thanksgiving.
Canadian
Halloween.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yep.
The 4th of July.
It's not always
That
It was this year. So was Halloween.
This year. So
giving you answers.
You have built-in holidays. There's no built-in Tuesday holiday.
You're right.
So you're not getting Tuesday off routinely every year. So once again, Guinness Book of World Records wrong. I don't think we can trust them on anything anymore.
They're texting in and they say, "Thank you, Hudson. This is Guinness Book of World Records." They still don't agree with you.
They said, I see they're saying here, would you like to be the world record book guy? It's a lot of work.
Do you think you can do this better?
Yeah, I guess I would hate Mondays and probably every day if I had to do Guinness World Record jobs.
It's probably not fun.
Sounds like it sucks. Watch people like shove cigarettes up their nose or whatever. All right. Tuesday's the worst day of the week. It is the Riot.
And it's how many cigarettes can they shove up their nose?
Exactly.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I've got actually a dual question based off of two things that kind of coincided recently. All right. So one, we got a text in from, you know what? I've lost the person now, but you saw it come in. The person that texted in, the yard that is just overrun with Halloween inflatables.
Oh, yes. Did you see the text?
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
It is
like every part of their yard is completely covered in inflatables.
It was so covered that like Nikki and I, when we were looking at it, we're like, how did this person get in their house with all of the inflatables blocking every single door, it looks like. So they're super into Halloween. And they're all different too. I didn't even know they made that many different Halloween inflatables.
It's impressive.
So question number one, how many inflatables for Halloween or Christmas is too many? And don't say one.
I'm going to say the yard is the example of what is too many.
That is assuredly too many, but where do you draw the line before that?
Have you ever done an inflatable before?
I've never really decorated.
Well,
You never
wait,
decorated
decorated
at
or
all?
inflatable?
Both.
Both, okay.
My house has not
you
been.
do hate the holidays.
I don't hate the holidays. I just
hates
don't.
doing things.
I just don't have things to put up.
Wait, yeah, but you could get some. You could easily get some.
I could go-
Amazon Prime Day was
I
last
could go
week.
spend my money on decorations for my roommate and I and Jim to see. But unfortunately, I just haven't had the time to do that yet.
But
Don't
see,
you ever have-
inflatables are easier because
are
you just plug
easier.
it in and
You
it
just plug
looks
'em
like
in.
you decorated.
You know
Yeah.
what's crazy too? You have friends over all the time. If anybody should decorate, it should be you. Your friends are coming over and you're like, what's up with this guy? He hates Halloween and Christmas?
See, but like my friends expect nothing of me whatsoever. They don't
that's
expect me to
sad,
have it
isn't it?
decorated.
That's pretty
Well, if you
sad.
did an inflatable, how many would you do?
If I did, it would be one.
Yeah.
One is
If
enough.
you do one, yeah. Because, I mean, it's obviously like the laziest form of decoration is the inflatable, like you said, because you're just plugging it
Efficient?
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very efficient way. And I know not everybody has like time to really decorate, a.k.a. me. JK, I could definitely decorate if I wanted to.
You
I
have
have plenty of time.
Instead, you're
But-
watching football games.
Hey,
every
you know what?
night.
There's nothing wrong with that. But
You could decorate while you watch football.
I could,
Some people love to do that.
but I'm not going to. But yeah, for people who want to decorate inflatables, a little bit lazier way to do it. Effective, they look good. I think one is good. But if your whole decoration, like plot, is inflatables,
It's
I
too
don't think
much.
it's, I don't think it's
Well,
great.
Hudson, Julia says inflatable decorations are so tacky.
Oh, come on.
That's at you.
Julia.
You have one.
I have one. What is tacky about them?
What do you
It depends
mean?
on some of them. Usually because they're just based on like a cartoon character or something.
And lots of people
They're
like
just not very
cartoon
creative.
characters. Yeah, but it's just a way to show that you're excited about the holidays.
How excited are you, though, if you're just using an inflatable?
It's not just the inflatable. If it's an inflatable alone, and you can tell, like the guy that we had this picture texted in, you don't think he's super excited when he's got like literally probably over 100 inflatables.
I want to see what this guy does at Christmas because I feel like there's way more
He
opportunities
could
at
be
Christmas.
he could be a major Halloween guy though, you know. And that brings me to my next question. This is actually something JR was talking about last night, getting people to text in. What are you famous for in your neighborhood?
Oh, that's good.
What does your
that's a good question.
Everybody in your neighborhood knows your house is what? Is it the inflatable house? Is it the house that goes all out for Halloween? Is it like what do people know your house for? Even if they maybe don't even know you as a person, what do your neighbors and people driving by know your house for?
There's one near me. They do skeletons. So they have like, I don't know, 20, 30 skeletons, like full skeletons.
There's one of those in every neighborhood,
They
isn't
prop
there?
out.
Yeah.
And so the one this year, like they have a fake farm truck. I mean, it is a farm truck, but it's sitting in their driveway with like corn and hay in it. And I think it's Mike Myers next to it.
Oh, yeah.
With like a machete.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, like
nice.
I drive past. I'm like, guys, how much money are you putting into this?
Too much.
So that's what they're famous for.
Yeah, they always have like coffins. Like, how do you store that stuff?
Dang, yeah, that is. Maybe they actually have a little storage for it. Nikki, what are you famous for in your neighborhood?
My dogs barking at you as you walk by.
That's what I was going to say. That's
the annoying dog house.
Clearly my answer as well. Is my house is the one with the dog that barks
at the window
wildly and that does have one window that is covered
your neighbors hate you
most of the time in dog snot.
Yes.
Oh, no.
But what's nice about that decoration, it doesn't change between holidays.
That's right.
It is consistent year-round. Yeah.
What are you famous for? I mean, your neighborhood is small, but you know all your neighbors, though.
Yeah, I know all my neighbors, yeah. I would probably be famous for being like the young neighbor. Like all the other ones, they're all a little bit older than me and Andrew are. So we're probably like young. Obviously, Jim's a pretty big draw. He has a big personality. But I would say for being like the young ones in the neighborhood, we have friends over and do things. And
they're just glad you are finally doing some yard stuff. So.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I have a nice backyard.
I was going to say
I redid it.
He's known as the neighbor that throws dog poop into other neighbors' yards.
Hey, you know what? I don't do that with neighbors that I talk to, all right?
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Oh, you're so good.
Yeah. My neighbors love me.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.